Today we are talking to Giuseppe Futia. He's a talented Italian actor, and we saw him recently in La Dolce Villa on Netflix. So it's a pleasure for us to talk to him today for our show, Yo Quiero Verte, for Buenos Aires, Argentina. Hello, Giuseppe. Thanks you so much for this interview.
Hello, and it's my pleasure to talk with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your character in La Dolce Villa, Giovanni, for those who haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah, so Giovanni is this young chef who works in Montezara, the town where La Dolce Villa is set. And he has this very great passion for cooking. He has a restaurant and he actually has plans. It's only mentioned in one line, but he actually has plans to make his restaurant bigger. And then sort of the love happens for him with, I don't want to spoil too much, but this American girl comes to Italy and he sort of loses his mind. So he tries to, flirt with her, get her to notice him all the time. And if you see the movie, then eventually you see what happens.
Okay, so you were telling us that there is a love story in the movie with an American girl, and the movie is set in Italy. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you audition for this part? Are you currently living in Italy, in the US?
Well, it's really funny because so I live in New York almost for 2 years now, and I still am. I'm about to finish an acting school called Maggie Flanagan Studio here in the city, and the audition for La Dolce Villa came through in the end of like 2023, right? Like December 2023, and I actually auditioned at the beginning for the role of the assistant of the mayor, played by Violante Placido. She's the mayor in the movie. And I didn't hear anything for a little bit, and I was home for Christmas with my parents. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna enjoy Christmas. And then in January, I went back to New York, got back to studying and everything. And I actually got another audition, but for La Dolce Villa, but at this time for a different character, which was Giovanni. So I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I did the audition, and after I think 2, 3 weeks, after a call back on Zoom, I got the call that I had the part, and it was funny because I was in Brooklyn, and then they told me, okay, now you have to go back to Italy to shoot. So it was great going back home for a movie, It was really good.
Yes, when watching the movie, we kind of all want to live there in La Toscana. I think that the characters are really well played because it's not just the landscapes, the community there seems so lovely and friendly, and it depicts the Italian culture, right? How did you
Yeah.
prepare to play your character?
Most of all, I focused on his passion for cooking because I sort of like when a character is defined by their passion and what they want to do in their life a lot. And for Giovanni, that was cooking, and thank God the production team from Netflix had me and Scott take cooking classes with top chefs in Italy. So that really helped because I just put my hands in the dough, as you say. So I got started on, doing. I can cook myself, but I learned how to do pizza, pasta, profiterole, which is just French dessert. Is actually my favorite French dessert and was amazing. And other than that, I focused. I mean, there is this parallel between me and Giovanni. Like for me, it's acting. That's my main passion in my life. So everything that I do revolves around that. So I just thought, okay, the same, but with cooking. So it was fun. It was fun.
Yes, and personally, what I really love about the movie as well is that you can see characters that have dreams, but they are at different points in their lives, right? Some of
Yeah.
them are trying to start a career, and others have already lived a life and have life experiences, right? For
Yeah.
example, the three grandmas there at the fountain.
They are like, I've always told this even to Mark, the director, like they are the best feature of this movie. Like they make the movie. They're so fun and so lovely. They so sweet. Yeah. Everyone loved being around them on set. They just their charisma is inevitable and you see it in the movie.
Yes, and we can feel identified with different characters because you can be a teenager or a young adult, or you can be an elderly person, and you can also feel identified with the character there and their dreams, no matter at what point in their lives they are at, right?
Correct, correct. It's beautiful how we see that in the. I like how the movie starts and everyone is at different points in their life, as you said, and then stuff happens, and in the end, all they do is a big party. You know, it's like everyone just wants to come together and have a good time, and it's the best aspect I think of shooting of being a movie that is a rom-com because you see that there is difficulties in life and everyone has their own stuff that they're going through, but in the end there is this message of let's be together and celebrate and be in love. That's the beauty of it.
That's great. Do you remember any backstage anecdote that maybe you remember in particular?
The the first thing that comes in mind, like the funniest thing that comes in mind, because everything was pretty smooth, but they had a lot of trouble trying to get the goat Maltese to say her lines, no, to dance, because like, and in the end, Nico, one of the guys who was both in the producing team and as an actor, like he just grabbed her from her legs and was like, "Okay, now we're gonna dance together." And you can sort of see it in the end of the movie. That's like one of the funniest bits for me because this goat would not comply. She would not behave. So that was really fun to watch, and everything was done, of course, like respecting the animal, like nothing crazy. But I was just like, wow, this is amazing. We have human actors and we have goat actors, and yeah, it's great.
That's great. At the beginning of the interview, you mentioned that acting was your main passion in life, right? How did you discover this passion?
So the very first time I went on stage, I played Pinocchio. I was 8 years old, and it was, of course, a school production and it was like a musical production also. So we had to sing and act, and I was a very shy kid, but I loved the fear that the stage gives you, and also the adrenaline feeling that it gives you. And I actually did theater for since I was 11 when I found this theater school in my hometown until I was 18. And then, I went on just auditioning and doing stuff and whatever. Eventually, I started modeling, but I've always kept that in mind, modeling is something that I do on the side, but acting is yeah, I've done it since I was a kid, and I knew that I wanted to do it since I was a kid. And the best part of it is just the fun that it gives you. You really hear this a lot by actors, but it's the beauty of just putting yourself in someone else's shoes and experiencing life through their lenses. I think it gives you a lot of empathy, and also just you make great friends. So it's a lot of fun.
Yes. How would you describe a day on set, for example, for you, taking this into account that it's really fun for you? What is the thing that you love the most about your job?
Um, I mean, every set is different, of course. Every director is different. Every, cast group is different. In La Dolce Villa, it was great because, I mean, we were shooting in Tuscany, so we're already like in paradise, surrounded by hills, greenery, beautiful food, like great food. And a day on set for me would start with a little workout. I would go for a little run with my dog, and then I would just, go to the makeup, to the trailer to get my makeup done, sorry, meet with my castmates, and then go on set. and it would be either in the kitchen or around the streets of Montezara, which is actually San Quirico d'Orcia, this beautiful, beautiful town in the middle of Tuscany. And yeah, the day would. What I noticed is that it would go by really fast. Like we would start shooting, I don't know, 10 a.m. and then it would be 6 p.m. all of a sudden. I'm like, wow, this is how I know that I love this. Like time just flies. And it's even when we were the few times we've had to do, nocturnal shoots like in the middle of the night, like starting at 11 and finishing at 5 a.m. I was like, I love this. I really love this. So the atmosphere of San Quirico d'Orcia of Montezera really helped because we were surrounded by silence. There's nothing, there's maybe one highway, so you would hear a car pass, every 2 hours. But other than that, it was just nature. So that's really a great gift to be able to work and be in that beautiful place at the same time. It's a gift. So yeah, every set, every project gives you something different. And I also noticed that when you finish working on a project, on a set, whatever it is, theater or movies, you are different. You are not the same person as you were when you started. And that's also a nice gift.
Yes. We were talking about dreams. What are your dreams for your career? Are there maybe any characters that you would like to play in the future, or maybe some topics that you would like to talk about in a movie or series or theater play?
I definitely would love to, do both theater and movies. Like, I don't differentiate between the two. I love two in different ways and for different reasons. As far as characters, I really, 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 really would love to do action movies, like just something with a lot of physicality, a lot of movement, because I am a very active and physical person myself. So I think it would be great to put that in action, as you say. And I also, on a sort of more or less deeper level, I love movies that challenge the way that we think as a society and that just have us stop and think about the reason why we do things, why we don't do things, and why we think that a concept has to be the way it is for so long. I like to change that. So yeah, definitely drama and comedies. I really want to do everything. So if you ask me, I'm going to tell you I want to do any and everything. But most of all, I think my greatest ambition is to work on projects that really change people's lives because I know that I've watched some movies that have changed me as a person. So it would be great to do the same, you know?
Yes, and I was thinking also in real life, every career has its challenges. Um, if you think about your own experience, what do you think are the challenges of working in the film industry? And maybe what piece of advice would you give to someone who wants to start a career there in the film industry?
Um, Definitely, I would say that the biggest challenge would be being rejected for so many times, and it's like a thousand no's and one yes that makes your career. So like people only see the time that they've told you yes. They don't see all the times that you've been said no, 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 no. So an advice that I would give is to keep in mind your value and that you are valuable and you have worth as not only an artist but as a human being. Like it's not that if you don't book that project, your value ceases to exist and you are worth nothing. Because if you think that way, then you are going to this slippery slope road where you just don't like yourself anymore. And then what also happens with that is that you don't have anything to offer as an artist. So yeah, just keep in mind your value and love yourself. That's crucial.
Yes, right. And also, I was thinking that movies, series, or a theater play, and platforms such as Netflix give us the opportunity to learn about different cultures too, not just different points of view, but also different points of view from the outlook of different cultures, right?
Yeah.
So, Would you like, for example, to work in another country or to live the experience of working, I don't know, in another
You kidding me?
continent, Argentina, for
Yeah.
example?
Oh my God, I would love to come to Argentina. Are you kidding me? Yes, yes, absolutely yes. And I've never visited, Argentina, so it is a big dream of mine. I have actually family there because, I'm
Ah,
Italian, so yeah, I have family in Buenos Aires, so it would be so cool. And also, I think one of the best aspects of this job is that you get to travel, you get to experience new cultures. So definitely Latin America and Asia are two spots in the world where I've never been. It would be amazing. I feel I would have a lot of fun with Argentinian people because I hear you guys are really passionate, real crazy, and I'm Italian, so yeah, we're like cousins. So yeah.
you were saying before that when acting, when preparing a character, that also helps you develop a deeper empathy and being in the shoes of someone else. And I was thinking that when you find your true passion, your vocation, we can also be make happy other people, right? Um, an actor that works with passion through a character maybe can have a deep impact on the person that sees that role. So, in which ways would you like to contribute to make a positive impact in the world through your passion in acting?
You know, I think the example that comes to mind is Jonah Hill, the actor. He did this movie. I don't remember the name at all, but basically the whole movie was him sort of babysitting this little kid who was having a hard time accepting that he's gay. And Jonah Hill had this great monologue where he told him, it doesn't matter if you like a boy or a girl or if you love watching The Devil Wears Prada. I've watched The Devil Wears Prada too because it's a great movie. So, and I remember watching that when I was like 14 and like, this guy is special. Like, it just made me feel, me being a little closeted gay kid, it made me feel really secure in my skin. It made me feel better, simply. So, yes, I'd love to play villains. Definitely. I want to be the bad guy because I think that you can also see the reasons why somebody in life maybe does stuff that it's quote unquote bad. You can see the reasons why they do it. That also gives you empathy because that's human too. We all make mistakes. But I definitely would love to play characters that just help people introspect a little bit more. And again, be aware of their value of them as a person. Definitely, as an actor, you can only, it's what's written, so you cannot go much further from the script. But I would love to play characters that doesn't matter what they say, what they do, they give you the feeling that you are seen and you are valuable in whatever circumstance.
Yeah, that's a really important message, and I think it's really inspiring to hear you talk about your vocation in acting with such deep passion and commitment. So we really, really appreciate that and everything you said in this interview. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you guys for having me. I really love talking to you and I love seeing you.
Yes, and maybe do you want to say some words for your fans here in Argentina and everyone who has watched La Dolce Villa?
Yes, so hola, me llamo Giuseppe. Eh, por favor, ve a mirar La Dolce Villa y gracias. Thank you for watching La Dolce Villa and thank you for being with us. We love you y nos vemos pronto.
Uh, no, thank you. Gracias a vos. Thank you very much. We
Thank
really enjoyed your work and we wish you the best in your career. Where can we follow you on social media for everyone who wants to know more about your
Oh,
work?
I am on both Instagram and TikTok, and it's Giu Futia on both of them.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And everyone go see La Dolce Villa on Netflix. Thank you.
I need some pasta. Thank you.